Good morning. Just did some journaling at Touche again, and I feel like I have more clarity and a better understanding of life. I want to explain. It's kind of on the back of the run yesterday. I think that experience, that experience unlocked something for me, and I was like, isn't it interesting how the most like actual uh, change in confidence, in experience, in the last week has come through emotional and physical release. Like the journaling sessions that I've had where I feel the pain and I write it out, and the emotions, the tears flow, the crying happens, the like I don't hold back from that. And then the next day I come back and I think the same thing, and I'm like, this doesn't like bring the same emotions as it did yesterday. Like I feel more disconnected from it in a good way. And then this run yesterday, and I fed my, I made it a little story in my note, and I fed it to GPT, and kind of, I was kind of debating whether or not I wanted to give it to GPT. It's like, I was like, I don't want this to change my perspective of that experience, but I kind of skimmed through it, and it was kind of the same as what I expected. It was like, this is exactly what it has been saying to me, of like, I'm coming to this realization that like, I need to, these fears of like rejection or like acceptance or like not, feeling insignificant or weak. Like the answer is not, oh, I just need like a new like mental reframe, or like I need a new perspective. It's not in the intellectual anymore. Like the answer is I have to feel what that actually feels like in my body. And that is a new concept. Like I feel like to some people that would be like duh. But like to me, it's like I don't know, I've built up, I don't know how it has happened, but like I think I've built up this like view of myself where it's like the intellectual is the highest power or whatever. Like I process verbally and I try to understand conceptually. And so it's like I'm trying to fix a problem that isn't fixed through the mind. It's like you have to experience what the actual feeling and emotion feels like. And that through that experience is how you actually integrate and like release that feeling. And it's like like and so back to this, like I fed GPT my run yesterday, and it was like, yes, like that helplessness, the feeling of like insignificance, the feeling of being weak and your mind still pushing through it is like exactly what I'm talking about, like GPT is talking about. It's like you embodied the feeling and you still pushed through it. Like that, it's like literally exactly what it's exactly that. And so it's like, yes, like use that experience, like remember that feeling, like do you trust me? Like remember that, and have it become part of your nervous system, so that the next time Like you hear the thoughts of like, oh, like I'm, fearing rejection. Like what happens if they don't like me? Like what happens if I feel that like weak, vulnerable, like rejection state? I know what it feels like, and I can still be like, I will still take action because I am not that thought. And so, anyway, yeah, I put on my Instagram story. I was like, to think all this time, the answers were in my mind. A new like mental reframe, a new perspective, a better idea, more clarity, more like I thought understanding, I thought feeling meant conceptually understanding. And I'm like, to think all this time, in some ways like The Alchemist, it's like the answers were in my body. Like I had to experience the feeling and not be like, oh, actually, so I feel this way because like this and this and because of my past and just like no. Just experience it. Like feel it. Just observe it. So anyway, it's wild. I actually feel lighter and better. And I kind of feel like I'm at the end of the tunnel in some ways. Another thing is like I was GPTing in the same conversation. I was like, so like I kind of want to come at this like I feel like I still have this open loop with the whole coaching and my dad situation. I was like, but I don't want to just do the same thing that I did, whatever, 2 days ago. So like, can you help me like come with a new angle, like a new journal, a new prompt? It's like, as I'm saying that, I'm like, fucking, oh, it's a new, what's the new mental reframe that I need to fix this? And so it gave me this prompt that was like, if I imagine and envision owning my gift, like owning this story, charging fully, charging people, and my dad not changing, and my dad not validating me, how does that feel? And I just envisioned like being my true self, like owning all of this, like owning the identity of I'm a coach. I help people like with whatever whatever it is, finding their soul. And I was like, I just feel proud knowing that like I got through this, and this was like the obstacle that I had, the journey that I had to go through to get to there. Just like I feel accomplished. I feel proud of myself. And and so I don't know, I'm sure there's still things that I need to like work through. But it was like if you feel almost resentment or like shame that like you couldn't have changed your dad or whatever, then like I think there's still things to work through. But it was like, because you said that like you're on the other side of this, and it kind of it feels like that to me. So anyway, I think that's it for today. I almost feel like this desire to work again, and I'm getting to this point where this morning I was like, fuck, is it Wednesday? I think it's Wednesday. I was like, Friday, another payment for Dan Bolton's Inner Circle goes through, and I'm like, have I actually like used or learned from it? But I'm getting to this point where it's like, I was talking to I met this guy here, Dennis, and I was explaining, like, he was like, oh, what do you do? I was like, explaining the whole like YouTube thing, and he was like, holy shit, like that's insane. Like, you built all that? And I kept explaining it, and he was like fucking shocked. He was like, this this is crazy. and and he was like, so like, what are you like struggling with right now? And I was like, I don't know. He's like, acquisition or retention? I was like, it's kind of more like acquisition. But I was thinking to myself, it's just like, I just need to put my offer in front of people. And what that means is like, not even like, oh, I'm charging this. Like, this is what it's like. The answer is like Dan Bolton's uh, guidance. It was just like, just ask like, hey man, I gave you this report. Like, does it feel like a right fit for you for us to work together? Like, totally like abundance mentality. Like, I don't need you. Just like, is this what you're looking for right now? And so I'm starting to feel like sending that as a text just feels right, and I feel so much more comfortable with that than trying to like the whole like over analyzing, because it's the fear of the no. I fear exhausting all of the people that I've worked with, them all saying no, and like feeling like I'm back at zero, you know? But it's like, I don't know, I'm starting to come to the idea that like, and I think this comes back to like so this morning, one of the other things I was GPTing and asking about is like, so like, how does this relate to like the whole fear of rejection? And I told it about what Ches told me 2 nights ago, like roasting me. And it was like, you need to feel the feeling of insignificance. Feel what it feels like in your body to feel that rejection, to feel weak, to feel like those feelings. And so, and I'm starting to get to this point where it's like, I feel like I'm making progress towards this like fear of rejection in my body, because it's like, I know what it feels like. And it's not the like mental, oh, like you have to like zoom out and like, take the perspective of like you're gonna die. It's like, no, you have to like feel what it feels like in your body. And then it's like, your body knows what it feels like, and it knows that it can still survive. And so anyway, I'm almost feeling more and more confident. Like, I know I can send that message. There's still like, I still feel the loop of like, I'm fearing the no, but I'm becoming more detached from that. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Really, like, this week has been fucking wild. So anyway, see ya.